Welcome to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point. The GM 3.2-liter V6 HFV6 engine is less commonly discussed than its 3.0-liter and 3.6-liter siblings within the high-feature V6 HFV6 family. This is partly because its application was more limited. It's a naturally aspirated direct injection in its later forms. Engine designed for a balance of power and efficiency, generally seen as a slightly larger displacement variant within the same engine architecture. Review and opinions. Opinions on the GM 3.2-liter V6 HFV6 are relatively scarce compared to the 3.6-liter, but they generally align with the overall HFV6 family characteristics. Owners found it to provide adequate power. It offered sufficient power, around 227 to 230 horsepower, for the vehicles it was in, often SUVs and crossovers, making it capable of highway cruising and city driving. Smoothness. As a V6, it benefited from inherent smoothness compared to four-cylinder engines. Reliability concerns. Similar to other HFV6 engines of its era, concerns about timing chain longevity and oil consumption were present. Advantages. Refined operation. As a V6, it naturally runs smoother and quieter than most four-cylinder engines, contributing to a more comfortable driving experience. Good power for displacement. It provided a decent power output for its size, especially in its targeted applications, mid-size SUVs and crossovers. Variable valve timing, VVT. The inclusion of VVT helped optimize power delivery across the RPM range and improve fuel efficiency. Disadvantages. Common HFV6 issues. It shares many of the well-documented reliability concerns of the broader HFV6 family, most notably premature timing chain, wear, and excessive oil consumption. Fuel economy. While incorporating advanced features, its real-world fuel economy was often average for its class, not a standout feature. It's a V6, so it inherently uses more fuel than smaller four-cylinder engines. Complexity. As a modern direct-injection V6 with VVT, its complexity can lead to higher repair costs when issues arise compared to simpler, older designs. Limited application. Its limited use in GM's global lineup means less widespread data and potentially fewer specialized mechanics compared to the more ubiquitous 3.6-liter HFV6. Faults and breakdowns. The 3.2-liter V6 HFV6 engine is prone to similar issues as its 3.0-liter and early 3.6-liter HFV6 counterparts. Timing chain stretch/wear. This is the most significant and well-known issue across the early HFV6 family. The timing chains can stretch prematurely, leading to rattling noises, especially on cold start. Illumination of the check engine light, with camshaft position correlation codes, and potentially severe engine damage if not addressed. This is an expensive repair due to the labor involved in accessing the chains. Excessive oil consumption. Many HFV6 engines, including the 3.2-liter, have a tendency to consume oil. This can be related to PCV system design, worn piston rings, or valve seals. Regular oil level checks are crucial, as low oil can accelerate timing chain wear and lead to other engine damage. Cylinder misfires can be caused by carbon buildup on the intake valves, common in direct injection engines, failing ignition coils, or worn spark plugs. Oil leaks. Common areas for leaks include valve cover gaskets and the front engine cover. Cooling system component failure. Plastic components in the cooling system, e.g., thermostat housings, can become brittle and crack over time, leading to coolant leaks and potential overheating. Fuel consumption. Fuel consumption for the 3.2-liter V6 HFV6 was generally moderate for a V6. For example, in a Chevrolet Captiva 3.2-liter, combined fuel economy figures might range from 15 to 20 miles per gallon, around 12 to 15 liters per 100 kilometers, depending on driving conditions and vehicle load. Highway figures would be higher and city driving lower. Timing. The GM 3.2-liter V6 HFV6 engine utilizes a timing chain system similar to other engines in the HFV6 family. It consists of multiple chains, a primary chain and two secondary chains, that synchronize the crankshaft with the camshafts. As mentioned under faults and breakdowns, premature timing chain stretch was a known issue in early HFV6 engines, which often included the 3.2-liter variant. There isn't a fixed replacement interval for the timing chain, but rather it's replaced if symptoms of wear, like rattling, appear. Oil type, and change interval. Oil type. GM specifies Dexo's approved full synthetic oil for the 3.2-liter V6 HFV6. The most common recommended viscosity is 5W30. Using the correct Dexo's specification, e.g. Dexo's 1 Gen 2, is paramount for proper lubrication, especially given the timing chain concerns and the demands of modern engine design. Change interval. These engines are equipped with an oil life monitoring (OLM) system that determines the optimal oil change interval based on driving conditions. While the OLM might suggest intervals up to 7,500 to 10,000 miles, or once a year, due to the engine's known sensitivities, especially regarding timing chain longevity and oil consumption, many mechanics and owners strongly recommend more frequent oil changes, often every 5,000 miles or every 6 months. Regularly checking the oil level between changes is critically important to prevent damage from low oil, which can exacerbate timing chain wear. Versions and history. The 3.2-liter V6 HFV6 engine is part of the first generation of GM's high-feature V6 family. It was derived from the same architecture as the more common 3.6-liter LY7 and 2.8L LA4 engines. It was primarily offered in the mid-2000s, roughly 2004 to 2010, especially in global markets, before direct injection versions, like the 3.0-liter LF1 and 3.6-liter LLT, became more widespread. It featured a 60-degree V-angle, aluminum block and heads, dual overhead camshafts, and variable valve timing. Early versions were typically port-injected, though later iterations, like some for the Chevrolet Captiva, did incorporate direct injection for improved efficiency. In which cars mounted? The GM 3.2-liter V6 HFV6 engine had relatively limited applications compared to other HFV6 variants. Its most prominent usage was in Chevrolet Captiva C100/C140. This was a major application, especially in markets outside North America, e.g., Europe, Asia, Australia/New Zealand, as the Holden Captiva. It often served as the top-tier gasoline engine option for this compact SUV. Saturn Vue, some international variants similar to the Captiva as they shared platforms. Opel Anthera, the Opel version of the Captiva/Vue. In North America, the 3.0-liter and 3.6-liter HFV6 engines were much more prevalent in GM's vehicle lineup. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.